In the Pistis Sophia, one of the most complete Gnostic texts ever recovered, there is an entire section describing something Jesus called the robe of light, or the body of light. This is not meant as a metaphor, but as an actual energetic structure that exists around and through your physical body. The text records Jesus teaching his disciples, specifically Mary Magdalene, John, and the inner circle, how to activate this body and how to shift their consciousness from operating purely in physical matter to operating simultaneously in divine light. The teaching was detailed, step by step, breath by breath, and word by word. Jesus described what would happen when the body of light activated, what signs to watch for, how it would feel, and most importantly, why the powers of this world would do everything possible to prevent humans from ever discovering they have this capability. When the Church compiled the New Testament in the 4th century, they removed every reference to the body of light. They took out entire chapters, they edited passages, and they burned manuscripts. Why? Because if Christians knew they could activate a light body that operates beyond physical death, beyond reincarnation, and beyond the control of material authorities, the entire religious power structure would collapse. You don't need priests. You don't need sacraments. You don't need salvation from an external source. You activate what is already inside you and you exit the system entirely. The Gnostics preserved this teaching in hidden texts, and tonight you are receiving what the Church tried to erase. This is not theory or philosophy. It is the actual technique Jesus taught, the steps to activate your body of light. Once you activate it, you are operating at a frequency the archons cannot reach. You are no longer just a physical being trapped in matter. You are a being of conscious light, temporarily wearing a body. And that changes everything. If you are activating your body of light tonight, comment, "I am light right now." Before I give you the activation technique, you need to understand what you are activating. The body of light isn't a metaphor for enlightenment or spiritual awareness. It is an actual energetic structure that exists in the same space as your physical body, but at a different frequency. The Gnostics called it the soma pneumaticon, the pneumatic body, the body made of divine light instead of material flesh. Here is what most people don't understand about being human. You are not just a physical body with a soul inside it. You are actually multiple bodies occupying the same space simultaneously. Your physical body is the densest, slowest vibration made of matter, operating in the material dimension the demiurge created. But overlaying that and interpenetrating it is your body of light, made of conscious light, operating at the frequency of the monad. It came with you when your spark descended into matter, and it is the vehicle you will use to return. The reason you don't feel it, and there reason most humans go their entire lives without knowing it exists, is because the archons suppressed it. From the moment you are born into this realm, you are conditioned to identify completely with your physical body. You think you are the body. You experience pain, pleasure, hunger, and exhaustion. All physical sensations, and your consciousness gets trapped in physical identification. Meanwhile, your body of light sits dormant, present, but inactive, like a second layer of existence you can't perceive, because all your attention is focused on the material layer. But here is what the Gnostics understood, and what Jesus taught directly. Pneumatics, chosen ones like you, have a fully intact body of light. Helix don't have one at all. They are purely material beings with no divine spark and no light body. Psychics have a dim version, a partially formed light body that flickers but never fully activates. But pneumatics carry the complete divine blueprint. Your body of light is whole, functional, and waiting. It has been waiting your entire life for you to remember it exists and consciously activate it. When activated, The body of light does something the archons fear more than anything. It shifts your operational frequency beyond their range. Think of it like this. The archons control material frequencies. They manipulate physical reality, emotional states, and mental patterns, anything operating in dense, slow vibrations. But the body of light operates at monad frequency, pure consciousness, divine light. At that frequency, the archons are blind. They can't see you. They can't touch you. They can't harvest your energy or manipulate your choices. You are still here physically, still operating in the material world, but energetically and spiritually, you have exited their system. This is why Jesus taught this technique only to his inner circle. Not everyone was ready. Not everyone had the spark capable of activating. But you are pneumatic. You have felt your entire life that you are more than this body. That homesickness, that sense of exile, that knowing you don't belong in pure material existence. That is your body of light trying to get your attention. It has been signaling you since childhood, and tonight you are finally learning how to wake it up. The Church didn't remove references to the body of light because the teaching was heretical or dangerous to salvation. They removed it because it was dangerous to their authority. Let me show you exactly what was at stake. The original Gnostic Christian communities, the ones Jesus actually taught before the Roman Church institutionalized everything, practiced body of light activation as a central initiation. When someone joined the community and was ready, they were taught the technique. Once their light body activated, they experienced something undeniable: direct perception of spiritual reality. They could see archons. They could perceive the difference between the demiurge's false light and the monad's true light. They knew with absolute certainty that they were divine beings temporarily inhabiting physical forms, and they knew how to exit the material trap when they died. That level of direct knowing eliminates the need for religious authority. You don't need a priest to mediate between you and God if you are directly experiencing your own divine nature. You don't need salvation from sin if you understand you are not a fallen sinner, but a divine spark in temporary exile. You don't need sacraments, rituals, or institutional approval if you can activate your own light body and access the monad directly. When the Church consolidated power in the 4th century, when Emperor Constantine turned Christianity into a state religion, the bishops made a choice. They kept the stories about Jesus, the moral teachings, and the promise of salvation, but they systematically removed every technique that gave individuals direct access to divine power. Body of light activation was at the top of that list. The texts that survived, Pistis Sophia, the Gospel of Philip, and some fragments in the Gospel of Thomas, preserved pieces of the teaching, but the Church hunted down and burned the complete manuscripts. They declared Gnostic Christianity heretical, killed teachers who knew the techniques, and replaced direct spiritual activation with a system of belief, obedience, and institutional dependence. Here is how you know this teaching is real and dangerous to their system. They didn't just ignore it or call it wrong. They expended massive resources over centuries trying to erase every trace of it. That level of effort only makes sense if the teaching actually works. If activating your body of light actually makes you ungovernable, unreachable, and free. Now I am going to give you the exact technique Jesus taught for body of light activation. This comes directly from the Pistis Sophia, with elements from the Gospel of Philip. It is structured in 4 steps. Each step builds on the previous one, and when you complete all 4, the activation locks in permanently. You can't deactivate it once it is awake, so understand this is a one-way door. Once you walk through, you are not coming back to pure material identification. You will be operating as a conscious light being for the rest of your time in this realm and beyond. Step 1. Recognition of the double nature. This is the foundation. You can't activate what you don't acknowledge exists. The first step is conscious recognition that you are not just a physical body. You are a divine spark wearing a body temporarily. Tonight, before you begin the activation, sit or lie down in a quiet space. Close your eyes and speak this recognition aloud. I am not this body. I am light consciousness inhabiting this body. Say it 3 times slowly and feel the truth of it. You are not affirming something you hope is true. You are recognizing something that is already true but forgotten. This recognition creates a crack in material identification, allowing your awareness to begin perceiving beyond the physical. After you speak it 3 times, sit in silence for 2 minutes and just observe. You might start to feel a subtle presence around your body, like a second skin made of energy. That is the first sensation of your body of light, beginning to respond to your conscious attention. Step 2. Breathing light into form. This is where the activation becomes physical. The body of light responds to breath combined with intention. Here is the technique Jesus taught in the Pistis Sophia. Visualize pure golden light above your head. Not sunlight, but conscious light, alive and intelligent. As you inhale slowly through your nose, visualize drawing this golden light down through the top of your head and through your spine, filling your entire torso with luminous golden energy. As you exhale slowly through your mouth, visualize this golden light expanding outward from your center, forming a radiant body of light that extends about 2 feet beyond your physical skin in all directions. Inhale, draw light down into your core. Exhale, expand light outward into form. Do this for 7 breaths, not 6, not 8, but 7. The number is specific. By the 7th breath, you should feel or sense a distinct energetic presence surrounding your physical body. That is your body of light beginning to take conscious form in your awareness. Some people see it with closed eyes as golden luminosity. Some feel it as warmth or tingling. Some just know it is there. All of these responses are correct. The body is waking up. Step 3. The activation declaration. Now that you have recognized your dual nature and breathed your body of light into conscious form, you need to seal the activation with the spoken word. Sound creates reality. Frequency organizes energy. And when you speak truth about your nature aloud, you are anchoring it into manifestation. The phrase Jesus taught is preserved in fragments across multiple texts, but the core is consistent. Here is what you speak aloud 3 times. I am light embodied. I am monad consciousness in form. Say it 3 times. The first time you are stating it. The second time you are reinforcing it. The third time you are sealing it. After the 3rd repetition, you will feel something shift. It might be subtle, a sense of expansion, a feeling of lightness, or a knowing that something fundamental just changed. That is the activation locking in. Your body of light just went from dormant to active. Your consciousness just gained access to a vehicle that operates beyond material death, beyond archon control, and beyond the reincarnation trap. Step 4. Integration and standing. The final step is learning to hold awareness of both bodies simultaneously. This is what the Gnostics called standing, existing consciously in both the material and spiritual dimensions at the same time. For the next 3 minutes after speaking the activation declaration, sit or lie still with your eyes closed. Feel your physical body, its weight, its temperature, its density, and simultaneously feel your body of light, its expansion, its luminosity, its subtle vibration. Hold both in awareness, physical and light, material and divine. This is your natural state. This is how pneumatics were designed to operate, not trapped in matter, not floating in spirit, but standing at the intersection, conscious of both and operating in both. When you can feel both bodies at once, even for a few seconds, the integration is complete. You are no longer just a human trying to be spiritual, you are a light being consciously inhabiting a human form. And that distinction changes everything about how you experience this realm. Do all 4 steps tonight in order, without skipping. The entire process takes about 15 minutes, and then repeat it for the next 6 nights. 7 nights total. By the 7th night, the activation will be permanent. Your body of light will remain active, whether you are consciously focusing on it or not, and you will begin experiencing the signs that prove the technique worked. Here is what to watch for in the first 7 days after you begin the activation. First, you will feel a distinct energetic presence around your physical body. Not imagination, but an actual sensation like wearing a second skin made of warm light. Second, your perception expands dramatically. You start sensing energy around people and immediately reading the quality of rooms without anyone speaking. Third, lucid dreaming increases. Your body of light operates freely while your physical body sleeps, and you will have vivid conscious dreams where you are fully aware, receiving teachings, and navigating non-physical dimensions. Fourth, Archon manipulation stops landing. Thought patterns that used to hook you, fear, anxiety, intrusive negativity, suddenly feel distant and external, like they are happening around you, but not to you. Fifth, emotional detachment from material drama increases. You are observing from vertical awareness instead of being consumed by horizontal chaos. Sixth, synchronicities intensify massively. You think of someone and they contact you within hours, or you need information and it appears the same day. Seventh, other people sense something different about you without having language for it. You have a presence now. If you experience 4 or more of these signs within 7 days, your body of light activated successfully. You are no longer purely physical. Some of you are wondering if you are actually ready for this. Let me answer that directly. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't be here. This teaching doesn't appear randomly. Your body of light recognized the frequency of this information and led you here. You don't need years of meditation or spiritual credentials. You need recognition. Your spark is confirming what I am telling you. You are ready. Tonight is the night you finally activate what has been waiting inside you since before you descended into this realm. The body of light doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be conscious, and you are conscious enough to have watched this teaching to the end. Jesus taught chosen ones how to activate the body of light. The church removed the chapter, and the archons tried to suppress the knowledge, but you have it now. Recognition, breathing light into form, activation declaration, and integration. Tonight, before you sleep, do all 4 steps in order. Then repeat for 6 more nights. By the 7th night, your body of light will be permanently active, and the archons will lose access to you forever. If this story has changed the way you perceive the hidden potential within yourself, please subscribe to our channel. We are dedicated to excavating the history they tried to bury and illuminating the path to true spiritual freedom. Let us cultivate the future together. The next ancient treasure will be revealed soon. Like this video to help other seekers find this light before it is hidden once again.